In the musical Cats in London. Then she happened to marry the composer of that musical, Andrew Lloyd Webber. He turns around and he wrote probably one of the biggest hits currently running in the theater, Phantom of the Opera, as a starring vehicle for her, and she played that in London and in New York. Now they've teamed up with an album of songs that, for one reason or another, and we'll find out why, songs that were almost lost, some of them from plays that really never made it, and called Songs That Got Away. Would you welcome, please, Sarah Brightman.
Sarah. You have a lovely voice.
Thank you.
I've got a Sorry I Missed You in Phantom. I saw it, the West Coast version out here. Not that the young lady doesn't do it very well, but I'm sorry I missed you in it.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
It's a wonderful piece of theater.
Yeah.
It's a marvelous piece of theater.
Well, it's wonderful to do. It's a wonderful role.
You can't get into it. I think it's sold out for, what, a year out here or something?
Yes.
People call the box office and said, I'd like to see Phantom. And they said, will that be for next March or April or something like that? It's absolutely crazy. Now, that song wasn't Andrew's, was it?
No, that wasn't. That was by Marvin Hamlish.
Right.
It's from an album that I've just recorded and just released. And it's, in fact, lost songs from shows that have failed.
Yeah.
And the songs are by wonderful composers, people like Hamlish and Sondheim and Richard Rodgers, and there is one Andrew Lloyd Webber on it.
I guess every song your husband doesn't write, Marvin Hamlish will write. Between the two of them. They write everything. It's incredible. But so these are songs that were originally in, say, Broadway shows, basically?
That's right. They were in Broadway shows.
Were taken out?
And they were either songs that were cut from them, or else the shows just failed, so the songs were never heard. Right. And I did about a year and a half sort of research on it, and the American composers were really, really helpful. And I came up with these 14 songs. So it's a great album. That's the end of my promotion.
That has happened before. There have been shows, songs in Broadway, then they've come out a couple of years later and become monumental hits, but at that time, they just didn't catch on for some reason.
That's right, I know.
Now, your husband is about as prolific a composer. Now, he really started with kind of rock stuff, right? Jesus Christ Superstar,
Yes.
Cats, Starlight Express, and then moved into the operatic.
Well, it's
type of
funny,
stuff.
you say that it was rock stuff. I often think that rock music is like opera music. I don't know if you'd agree, but it has the same sort of feel to me.
Right.
So, in a way, it was like rock opera.
Right.
But he did move into a sort of more classical field.
And you met him while you were playing working in Cats?
No, I actually, the first time I met him, I was auditioning for Cats, and I was a punk rocker at the time.
A punk rocker?
Yeah.
Are they, I just came back from London,
Yes.
and I was looking around. I was on King's Row,
Yes.
where they used to hang out, and they're not quite as active as they used to be.
No,
a couple of
they're
years
not.
ago, it was outrageous in London. If you thought the Sunset Strip out here was crazy, was nothing compared to King's
No.
Row. They had hairdos and colors I have never seen
Well,
on
I
this planet before.
had a sort of Mohican, bright blue hair.
And you sat out on King's Row?
No, I didn't sit out on the King's Road. I sort of went somewhere else.
But you were a punk rocker.
But I was a punk rocker, and I went to audition for him at his flat in Eaton Square, which is sort of very la-di-da road. And I went in, and I remember sort of seeing this rather unusual-looking man in a sort of old-fashioned 60s shirt. And I was looking at him strangely, and he was looking at me very strangely, thinking, my God, what has the cat brought in? And he said, well, Miss Brightman, what do you want to sing? And I said, I think I'd like to do Don't Rain on My Parade. And he went, okay. He went over to the piano, and I started to sing absolutely appallingly. And I must say, he played rather appallingly as well.
I see.
But we giggled, and I ended up singing something like Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. And after a year, I fell in love with him, and we got married, and that was really it.
Well,